Garry V turned down of $200,000 per hour from ARIC 2021 yesterday. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable, hey?
So, what did you think of his talk yesterday, Burge?
No, I really liked it. I followed his content a lot, and I think I was looking at his views, his Instagram views, and he's basically doubled through COVID. I can't believe, one off topic, but the amount of people who gained followers during COVID. COVID's been good to a lot of people with anyone who gives content, really. But his talk was really good. I think as we got the heading point, he sort of broke it. He sort of talked in, you've got to be two parts. You've got to be willing to walk away from a deal in negotiating. Was a big thing that he said as well. And then also, I was sort of saying before, doing a bit what he loves, because he was like, at the moment, he doesn't want to focus on like his, what was it? He's got a new thing. I think it's basically like cryptocurrency with property. And like last year, he wouldn't turn down any talking gigs. He would do it for $90K for an hour. And he said last night there's deals that he's walking away for $200K for an hour.
Wow.
Not to talk. And it made me think there's a lot of people doing a lot worse for an hour for a lot less money. But
he's literally sitting in his living room, just zooming around the world, and just getting paid an absolute fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have brushed his hair though.
Yes, that's sort of what their conclusion. But we're paying for his content, not his looks. So he really wanted to emphasize we're here to listen to him, not look at him. But anyway, then there were some really, really good other speakers. Josh Teslin, he's always
Josh was great.
Josh spoke about his sort of entrance into real estate from when he was 18, annoying Tom Panel saying, I want to be on stage, and then to be on stage. So a really, really good story. And I think that's about it. No one else of importance spoke yesterday. I think that's all I saw.
See ya.
No, and lovely Lisa Novak spoke on stage yesterday, which is amazing. So I assume my audio is good that I'm still talking, but Lisa,
your audio is not great. It's not great.
All good. So how was it? How were the nerves?
So
and then how was it after?
I wasn't nervous at all. I was absolutely fine. No, I have to say, in all honesty, like Mark is definitely the world's most patient. I complained, I think, for about 3 days straight about how nervous I was. So it's poor Mark. I'm surprised we're still married. I'm surprised we didn't run away. But even as we left yesterday, we left the hotel to walk to the convention centre. I turned around to Mark and I said, I'm so scared. Honestly, I'm walking on death row. But something changed, guys. The minute I was backstage, and I remember grabbing Tom and I said, Tom, I'm really scared. He goes, that's okay, but there's people here that are here to see you. You'll be fine. It's normal, but you'll be fine. And I thought, okay. And then Susan was there with aromatherapy oil. Oh my God. But, something happened. And the minute I was walking on stage, I was like, I'm going to own this. Like, I'm going to have fun. And I'm here to teach. And I'm just going to give this my best shot. And I honestly loved it. It was one of the best experiences of my life. Exhilarating. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved it. And look, from the messages that I'm getting, I believe the audience as well. I was the only person about social media, which I was quite surprised about.
3,000 real estate agents, but then there was subscriptions where whole offices were watching the event. So there was, there's upward of 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people that were watching. It's the biggest, if you're not from real estate, it's the biggest real estate in the country.
It definitely turns into muscle memory. I haven't spoken in front of 3,000, but I've had an MMA fight in front of 4,000. So And I remember that because you're nervous as hell, but you sort of get into muscle memory and your zone, especially if you're talking about what you do every day and you're passionate about. It's almost like you can't describe the light bulb changing. It just goes from being scared to you feel like you're talking to one person or you're in the room by yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
It's an insane feeling.
Well, I would have thought getting up on the stage, 3,000 people are looking at you, is, obviously it's extremely daunting. And I think it's more your mind that makes you, because, Burge, you're quite right. When you get up on the stage, you actually just feel like you're just up on the stage and there's no one there because no one's interacting. You get apart. You are looking. And someone actually taught me a really good trick. They said, just focus on people that are giving you warm, friendly smiles, because that will actually be assuring. Some people obviously to take a phone call or go to the toilet or, and so always make sure that you're focusing on the people that are actually really into your talk. But it was the best experience ever. Would I do it again? A heartbeat. I've been asked to speak now at 2 more big presentations. Within an hour of getting off the stage, I was contacting people to say, would I do that presentation? One in New Zealand.
And you're like, for 200K, you will.
That's right. I'll take all
either
that.
Pick me or Garry V.
Garry V.
Yeah. You're either going to have me or Garry V. Make your choice.
But can I just say this as well? Public speaking, for anyone that knows me, was one of my biggest fears my whole life, which is quite odd, right? Because I do a lot of social media. But public speaking is very different. It was one of my biggest fears. So, that is a bucket list wise for me. Wouldn't you agree, Mark?
Oh,
it was one of my
20 years. Lisa's spoken about it over 20 years, and for some reason you've always said talk to her. I'd love to do it one day.
Nailed it. Yeah. No.
Mark, was there anything? Mark, was there anything cool in the exhibition with any new business coming up? I know you're one for normally popping your head around, seeing new businesses from the electronic key cabinet, new platforms. Did anything really grab your attention?
The thing that I liked most there was, tags that we have on our keys. If you lose your keys,
I saw those.
What are they called?
It's with Inspect, but it's basically like an electronic tracking key box where it basically
those tiles. You didn't see
So
yeah.
these were tiles.
You know those tiles that we have on our keys. If you lose your keys, they have branded tiles, so you could put it have them as Novak or have them as whatever company you are. You give them to clients. Not only does find what you lose through your phone, it can find your phone if you press the tile. And also, what I love that he showed me, he said if you ever trying to get meeting or you need to take a call, you can make it ring your phone, so it appears that your phone's ringing and got to go.
That's awesome.
Now they also come up to those guys as well. And I'm actually going to use them for some client gifts and just see how it goes, because they brand it all. They can put whatever you want on them. But something that's going to happen is a panic button as well. So for us girls, I reckon that's a great device to have, that you can just push the button on this device and it will start whoever's phone ringing.
Oh, you know what else he did on them? He also, those tiles, Burge, he made it's a button to turn your camera on and off, to shoot your camera. So, yeah, on the same.
It's a real multi-purpose.
If you've got the camera app open, you can click and start your video or click your photo.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Really cool. But I think all in all, the wrap up from Eric, and I've spoken to quite a lot of people, was that it was the best one ever, which was awesome because there was a lot of moving parts. I mean, I was partially involved in the background because of being a speaker. We didn't know, was it on? Wasn't it on? What was happening with it? But, and then, of course, they had the Melbourne curve at the 11th hour. And can I just, I actually did want to make a mention while I was doing my talk on stage, but I think my my talk got away from me. But to those Melbourne agents, honestly, like, I really feel for you guys. You were the talk of ARIC. Everyone felt for you guys to not be able to be there like that at the 11th hour. Many people would have to moved appointments and organise children, like, and for that to happen to you guys at the last minute, our heart goes out to you. It really does.
Yeah.
I would have been gutted.
And for the event organised, a bunch of absolute legends. I think to actually take that on, to take on a public speaking event of that caliber of size through COVID, because we're still in it, right? It was so risky for them to do it, and there were so many curveballs, and you could see emotions were so high. Event organisers, it just took a lot out of them, and good on them.
Absolutely,
well done.
Huge congratulations. Can I just say as well to Jaden and Nicola, I was personally there behind them, the organisers at ARIC, a massive congratulations. I think I've told them every single day, like, how incredible they've been. But huge congrats for putting that together. Tom Panos always puts it out of the ballpark with his emceeing, and John McGrath, like, talk about having balls to put on an event like this year after year. He had his fair share of trials and tribulations, along the way. But a huge congratulations with pulling that event together this year, and thank you for the honour. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah.
Garry, awesome for coming, and Albert Ferguson was there.
The audio is pretty crap at booming, but I think that's good. That's right.
Having some serious issues today. I mentioned Elle McPherson.
Yeah.
How hot is that woman for 56? Talk about genetically blessed.
Yeah.
My
Elle
God.
McPherson.
It was drink that welly. Right? That's all we got to do, and then we look like Elle.
Wellco is her secret. Secret herb and spices, she reckons. Wellco's her company, and she's a savvy lady.
I tell you what,
commercially savvy lady. Hey,
when people think of Elle McPherson, they think of the body and the looks, they think of the brains. I tell you what a switched on woman.
Snappy, good.
My God.
Yeah.
What a switched on woman she is, a real businesswoman. I actually took quite a few things away from her, but I'm definitely going to take some of those elixirs and see if I can, I don't know, look like Elle McPherson, Mark.
Alrighty.
Mark would like that.
Stay tuned for Elle McPherson. I'll Google her after this.
Burge doesn't want to hear it.
Burge.
You've had enough, mate. You've had enough.
Honestly, you're all over the shop today. All right, guys, we might love you and leave you.
There you go.
All good. Thank you, everyone.
That's what Real Estate is about. Yes, we are dusty, but yes, we are here. Luke, great to see you on the conference.
Yes,
Michelle, you're a champion.
Luke. Thank you, Michelle.
And everyone, thank you for your support. You've been incredible.
Absolutely. And all the messages. Can I just say, I've had 3 million messages, and I have read every single one of them. Thank you to every single person. Your support's been overwhelming. Actually, can I just say a few special mentions? Because there's a ton of people that helped me. Amy Callister, absolute friggin' legend. If you need help with your social media, she's just had a baby. I mentioned the Woodwards, Lee and Robin Woodward, like their support, invaluable. I want to mention Steve Carroll, invaluable. I want to mention Gavin, like there's been Jonathan Creed. So many people that have just given me so much support and advice. So I just want to say a huge thank you and a big shout out to those people. Gavin, who I mentioned, yes. And to Mark, he's put up with my whinging for days now. And now he's going to continue to put up with it because I've got a bloody middle ear infection. Anyway, all good.
All righty, see you, everyone.
That's a wrap, Burge. This is just not happening.
Take care.
See you guys. Love you guys. Bye.